Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today what I have here is the SONULAB STOMPSTATION. I don't know if you guys can see it very well here on the camera because it's probably focusing in the wrong place. I'm gonna try to put this better. Okay, I think now it's better. Anyway, this is glued with some tape, so okay. So basically this is from a company in Italy. I don't know if they are, I think they are relatively recent, but I have to check about that one. This is really a tiny, very tiny, small box. I thought it was much bigger from the pictures on the internet, but it's really great. So it has an app for you to can control all parameters here, although you also can control them by clicking in here and then scrolling through various menus. I just did not this exactly. Okay, so click once, yeah, then you can scroll through, but it's very small, so it's better to go into the app and do everything there, I think. But you can do this on the fly, so it's really great about that. You can adjust parameters, unlike many other boxes which are a little bit bigger but don't have any screen. Then you have two inputs here. I believe the second input for stereo stuff. This one is for guitar, two outputs. I'm connecting this into my UAD Apollo. And you have power here, 9-volt power or more, I can recall right now. But anyways, you have two USB ports, one on the top, one on the bottom. I think with the top one is for you to use the application and to power the unit. And down there is for firmware upgrades and software updates and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't read it all. I mean, I did, but sometimes I forget stuff. Then you have also MIDI here and an expression pedal, a switch here, not a switch, an input for expression pedal down here. You have headphones out there, so it's really cool. And for you have Bluetooth as well, so you can pair with your phone and the app there. It's going to appear on the screen now. So I prefer the app to edit my tones. The foot switch can toggle many different things, but for now it's just doing, let me see if it doesn't fall, it's just doing this, which is basically toggling between two presets, okay? Just two presets, all right? But it can do much more stuff, and you can change the color of the LED as well. If you press long enough, I hope this doesn't fall, it goes into tuner mode, okay? All right, so once again, press it again, like so. Oh, tap tempo. So there's a lot of features in there, okay? You have to go into the manual. I'm not here to explain everything in detail what it does. I mean, how it performs in terms of foot switch, but check out the manual, it's pretty good. And then here you can just scroll, not scroll, but adjust the volume. I don't know how to scroll between presets yet, but I'll find out that. So let's take a look here in the screen right now. I'm using this guitar, and what I have here, I'm going to turn off my effects like delay, reverb, gate, even compressor, but basically you have the gate. This is a fixable chain, so you cannot move around stuff. But you have a gate, you have a compressor, then you have your amp block, EQ, IR, modulation. Modulation can go into chorus, flanger, or phaser. You have delay, reverb, you have three different reverbs, room, all, galaxy, and then your master. And then here you have settings, you know, for the tuner, the foot switch, different colors, the input, miscellaneous stuff. I don't even know what that is. And audio USB in case you want to use it as your standard sound card or audio interface. You can do that as well. And bear in mind, this can also load different IRs and also NAM profiles. They are converted to SONULAB technology, but they sound really good. I don't have anyone here right now to show you guys, but it's pretty easy to operate this. So the software layout is pretty simple. Okay, right now the first model that appears here, if I click here, CHP. A lot of different amps that you can check out here, and the first one sounds like this. On this guitar on the bridge pickup, it's too loud, probably will clip, so let me put just a little bit lower here. So it doesn't have a booster pedal, but honestly I think you don't need one. Okay, what I will do here, go into my EQ and put this on default because it's just too a lot of low end and not enough. This is because I've been doing some patches, so. One also very cool thing is the fact here on IR, you can select stereo IRs and do different IRs. Then you have your balance here, one of the IRs. The other one is a little bit louder, but anyways. You can mix and match your IRs, which is pretty cool. And then you have low cut, high cut for those IRs. Let's put it just on one. So, and then the amp, let's change amp here for the next one, which is a Brit 800, okay. The first track that you heard for the demo track was pretty much everything from this unit because it has great effects. So I'm going to put this a little bit louder here. And then on the amp, I'm going to, you have gain and sag basically. When I reduce the gain, and then I'm going to engage first my reverb. First one being the room reverb. Okay, you can put it like mix a little bit higher, 70% perhaps. Now you have the control for decay, mix, modulation, stuff like that. Low damp. Now you have the hall reverb. Very beautiful, but the one that I really like is this one, Galaxy. Now talk about ambient reverbs. Very cool, and if you let me disengage this and go to the delay, if I engage my delay, you have some controls here that are very cool, like stereo bouncing. If you turn that off, just comes in two speakers, but very, very, very funny because you have also the stereo spread. So it gives this huge sound, really, really cool. So if I put it like this and then stereo bouncing around, I don't know, around this. And then you have tape simulation. Probably darker. Okay, repeats, let's put some repeats here and mix it a little bit higher and then combine with our reverb. A little bit louder. And one of the lines that I played before had more distortion, but I had something like. And then if you want to complicate things even more, let me just disengage the delay and reverb and go to modulation, and we have a chorus. Whoops. Now the amp is too high in volume and will clip. A very good chorus. And shape and stuff like that. You can see here, there's a lot of controls over your chorus. And then you have also here, oh, your tremolo. So you have a tremolo down here, I forgot. There's so much stuff inside this little box, man, and if they going to update even more, I don't know what this is, stereo phase. So it's like going around 180 degrees. Very, very cool, man. Now let's go for the flanger. Of course, this is those controls also for flanger and chorus. Then you have a phaser. If I put my chorus and my delay and reverb, we get something very... We get to increase the volume of the amp here. I'll probably, in post-production, put everything at the same volume, so... Really crazy, man. Studio quality effects on this little unit, believe me. Now regarding amps, let's go for a different... Oh, you have the section here for the IR. I think I've shown you before. EQ, very basic EQ, and it's all you need because the unit sounds great. So let's go for another amp around here. Now you have a burger. This is probably a clean amp. You also have a compressor, so I have to go to my amp and probably much louder. Okay, and you also have master volume, so let me increase a little bit here, or preset volume. And now you can see what the compressor does. It's peaking, so I'm going to reduce here. Compressor sensitivity. We want it to have more sensitivity. And we want like a slow attack probably. Or a fast attack. Now slow attack, so you have that. And the release can be fast release. Add a little bit of chorus and the volume will jump. And there you have your 80s tone. So it's really easy to take any sort of tone here. Let's concentrate on the amps. Now we have... Now the thing is, between amps, the volume is not very consistent. How do you say that word? So you have to be careful. And this will light red when you have clipping in your DAW. Okay? So if I try to put this around, let's say 30, and use your Fender Twin, now you can, of course, I'm going to put this to default in terms of gain. Now you're going to go Friedman. This really sounds really great. I'm going to increase the gain and try not to overload. As you can see, it's almost like you have a boost in front. Even more, 20. It sounds so good, man. Default value. Another one. This is a good one, so you can engage everything. But then when you have that so much reverb here, because it has a mix here, you know, it's so high, you really have to go to the amp and increase the volume, or else you will not hear it. But it's very cool. Now I'm going to disengage this, and I'll have to put the amp lower. Okay, next amp. What is this? This is a crunch. Okay, in terms of IRs, you can go here and basically access this menu, and you can also open the lists here. Okay, and around here in the R section, I believe you can, from open this list, you can import your NAMM profiles. I believe it's from here or probably from the amp. I must be confusing this. Open list, and then probably from here you can, because it's a NAMM profile, not an IR. But anyways, also another amp here, dirty. This is probably a diesel. Minimally 4 if I turn on the IR. Now this is something that I've asked SONULAB, but I didn't really get, I got an answer immediately, but to be honest, I didn't really understood how this works, because when I disengage the IR, it's like the amp has already an IR. Put a little bit louder here. So it sounds like an IR, no cabinet. But then you load an IR. Which sounds much better, but I have some kind of question here. If it's because if I choose here another amp, for example, dual rectifier, and turn off the IR, no. Okay, so now I believe I got the answer. Some amps have IRs in, so probably there are NAMM profiles. I don't know, I'm a little bit confused about this one, and others don't, like this one. As you can see, now you need an IR, of course. And now you can change your IR for a Mesa. I don't know, they gave so crazy names to this, man. Euro Devil. You have so many stuff to choose here. And I thought I was going to do a small video on this one. But sometimes you just don't have the time to learn everything. And then you have to experiment during the video, which is what I'm doing. It was clipping down there. But you get the idea. I'm going to leave this, I don't know, second IR, probably. I think there's a Marshall here, V30s. Something like that with V30s at least. And then another amp. I don't know very well what kind of amps these are. Some are very obvious, others I don't know. Okay. But you can get basically any tone here, you know. Even if you don't have like super EQs here, like you know, like you have in a Boss Katana, where you have the Q and then the frequency and stuff like that. Just adding this, it's more than enough, because the amps sound really good, man. And I think it's a wonderful product. I don't know for how much it's retailing right now. $200 something. Okay, PV65. What about if we increase the gain here? It's clipping, so I need to go master volume here down a little bit. But check out these tones, man, they're amazing. You can also do like something. So this is already going too long. Now we have a brunette here. And more a couple of amps, but it's almost dying the camera and I have to finish the video. So anyways, I will continue to make some videos about this unit because it's really interesting for the price point, what it brings, NAMP captures, IRs, and then all this stereo setup that you can do if you want to, and also the MIDI and expression pedals you can connect, headphones, and power can be just a USB chargeable cable, another one on the bottom for upgrades and stuff like that, in a very, very small. Check out the size of my hand. It's not very big, but anyways, it's really, really small. Okay, and this could be your whole rig. You don't need anything else, basically, and take this to a live gig and just use it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so yet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really amazed how this company, SONULAB, I would like to thank them also for sending me this unit, but all my feedback, all my saying here, it's what I think about it. They don't have no input on what I'm saying, but it's really, really amazing, man. The quality tones are far superior from a lot of stuff that we see around, you know, other small boxes, much more affordable, of course, which also load NAMP profiles. But this has something different, and the studio quality effects make it really, you know, make the price acceptable, if you know what I mean. Worth it, okay? All right, guys, so I see you on the next one. Stay safe, and cheers.